It's Wednesday, March 23rd. Welcome to the Daily Shed. Hello everybody. Welcome to the Daily Shed. Bit of a mess. My home. I've been doing home improvement this week. Building a fence. So every day I come home and I do this video first, and the shop's a disaster. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here all week. Today I've decided that we kind of have this getting stuff done theme running. So I had a topic picked for today's video already, and I scrapped it this morning because I realized I wanted to kind of continue this weekly theme of getting stuff done. I don't know if that's going to be a normal thing on the channel, is like a weekly theme, or if each video is going to be whatever. So yesterday we talked about self-reliance, Monday we talked about motivation, today I want to talk about inspiration. Being a creative person, I like to draw, I like to design board games, I like to make things out of wood, I like to do these videos, and that takes creative energy and putting myself out there. I've been doing some form of sharing my processes for 4 years now on my blog or on Twitter or Facebook or wherever. The questions I always get is, where do you find inspiration? Where do you find inspiration? Where did the inspiration come for this? Where did the inspiration come for that? Because it seems like people are searching for the well of inspiration. And honestly, I think every creative person wishes it was that easy, right? We all wish that we could just like take a ladle and dip out a bucket of inspiration. It doesn't work that way. At least not for me. Where do I find inspiration? It just happens. For me, personally, inspiration and motivation are two very similar things. They both seem to feed and drive each other. When I get inspired by something, I get motivated to do whatever that thing is, like these videos, or like drawing or whatever, designing a game. And then that motivation often leads to intense obsession with whatever it is I'm doing. So for me, it just kind of happens, right? I'm not able to force it. Although I know people who do. The CEO of the board game company Portal Games that I work for is Ignacy Trzewiczek. He's Polish, and he has to design games to make a living. So he can force himself to sit down and create. I so far have not found a good method of doing that. So I take inspiration whenever I can get it, and it comes from all over the place. Okay, so these videos, for instance, if you just watch, go back and watch the intro, the little do-do-do-do bit. That intro was inspired by two videos. One is Bob Clagett's I Like to Make Stuff. His intro is very similar with like a chop saw, and he shows like drilling and soldering. So he shows like this is what the channel's about. And then the other one, when I do the shed sign, which I'm going to reshoot because I think the video's a bit confusing. But anyway, this sign morphing into the logo, that comes directly from Make Magazine's channel. And theirs is like a 3D printer doing the Make logo, and then the printhead moves away and then it transitions into their logo. And so those two things inspired my intro. Originally I had this thing storyboarded where it was like it would show me at work, and then it would show me driving, and then it would show me opening the garage, and it would show me turning on the lights, and then I'm in the shed. But I didn't think that told a very good story about the shed. It told more of a story about the person. So I think I'm going to go back to that intro. But anyway, I think that's what this series is going to end up being more about, but we'll see. It's still very early, so I'm going to use that intro for now. And also, if you noticed on yesterday's video, the music at the end of yesterday's video is a little bit different. The artist who was working on the songs kind of touched them up some and added some really cool background stuff. So I might recut the intro with that music. Anyway. Oh, by the way, the camera. I figured it out. It sucks. I have to get a new camera. This camera has a maximum click time of 10 minutes. So it shuts itself off after 10 minutes, and there's no way to fix it. So, gonna buy a new camera someday when I have the money. Yeah. So inspiration. I have to take charge of it when I get it. And this is all the notes that I wrote for inspiration today. You can see it's like 3 lines of text. I was inspired to talk about inspiration, and I wrote 3 notes. I think I was hoping that inspiration would strike when I sat down and turned the camera on. Where does it come from? All over the place. I'm inspired by everything that I see, touch, and feel. Part of my inspiration comes from just observing my surroundings. Today I was taking a motorcycle ride, which you'll see at the end of the video, and I saw a field of baby cows, and that I stopped and took like 20 pictures of that scene, and it was just really the sunlight and the hillside. It was beautiful, so that was inspiring. My inspiration for my creative works come from everything because I observe everything. I like to touch everything and feel everything and see everything that I can possibly put my senses on. So, board game. Well, let me show you. I'll be right back. Okay. Here are 2 board games that I designed. The first one, this is the very first game I got published, called Scallywags. And this game was inspired by the book Treasure Island. I was on vacation with my family. I was at the beach. Treasure Island was in the read and share or take one, leave one library at the hotel. I read it and immediately I was immediately thrust into this pirate world, and I wanted to do a card game what I wanted to do was make aluminum coins. I did end up doing that, but that idea transitioned into what this game became. So coins and then these cards, you can kind of see on the back of the box, the cards are little pirate characters that have a saying. So, and the saying is taken directly from the book. All of the sayings are like right out of that book. The second game that I published, I self-published this. I ran a Kickstarter campaign on this. This is called Pull. This is a trick-taking card game, partnership game, like spades, I guess. And this came about because I was at work one day and I was feeling really icky, and I just said, hey, somebody give me some game ideas and I'll make it, on Twitter. And somebody said, I really want this game. And as soon as I read the tweet, idea hit me, and I thought, that could be a game, and so I made it. And so for me, inspiration is something that I don't actively seek out. I do actively seek out experiences, though. And I think that experiences are where our inspiration is kind of born. So the experience is your inspiration toolbox. Put every experience you possibly can into that toolbox because you never know when you're going to need them. And so I like to fill my toolbox with creative ideas and thoughts. I take pictures of stuff. My mom does craft shows. I might even have pictures in here. And if I'm out and about and I see something that could be a craft that I can make for her, I do wooden crafts for her to sell. If I see something, I pick it up and take a picture of it. I take multiple pictures of it. Like, not that I'm going to copy it, and sometimes I have literally copied it, But most times I just take a picture and I'll look through those pictures and something will inspire me to make something similar or to make my own version of that design. So inspiration, all kinds of different places. When does it come? Everybody knows that the toilet and the shower are the places where the best thoughts happen. And I think there's something to that. I think there's something to creativity being, or inspiration being born out of idleness, being born out of boredom, essentially. You're doing some mundane, menial task and bam, you get idea after idea after idea because you're not consciously trying. It just happens. So a lot of times I have a lot of ambient music that I like to listen to, and I'll put those tracks on, close my eyes, and just see where things end up. And I do that in my professional life even. I'll sit at my desk and put my earbuds in if I'm struggling with some code on a website, or if I'm struggling to fix a problem. I'll just zone out for a little bit, and usually it comes to me. So that might be something that works for you. If it does, let me know in the comments below that I'm not the only crazy person. And if you have any other ways of inspiring inspiration, put those in the comments below also. Help others. We'll talk about that today. The only for sure things that I know of is when you have inspiration, use it. Don't be that person who said, "Oh, I thought of that, if only I had made it." Don't be the person who goes, "Man, I really wish I'd have taken, myself up on that idea," or, "Yeah, I thought about doing that once, but it just seemed too hard." What? Just try. Failing is an extremely useful experience. Like my toolbox of ideas, my toolbox of inspiration is full of failure. 90% of it is failure. And that's okay, because those experiences give me ideas for the future. So the biggest failure is not taking charge of your inspiration and using it. Use your inspiration every time you get a chance. If it fails, that's cool. Toss it away. It's not like you have to share it with everybody. Hey, look, I failed. And just let it happen. Try not to force it. That's all I got. I hope you have more. If you do, put it in the comments below. Let everybody talk about it. Because I've had a really great time talking to you guys in the comments. Please like, subscribe, share. That stuff helps me out so much. Like, way more than anything ever could. And I'll see you tomorrow.